We've all been here before. You go out camping, you're excited, and then the ground reminds you real quick you're not at home anymore. Cold seeping through your back, every rock feels personal, and sleep, yeah, not happening. Stay tuned, because we got the fix for this.
Welcome to Beastmode Camping, where I've tested out literally everything from teeny tiny sub 2 pound sleeping pads up to big ol' honkers that you can literally put on train tracks and it'll be good. Today, we're testing out the 4-inch R7.3 sleeping pad from Hikenture. This thing's got a built-in kick pad that's like an inflator for it. And I'm gonna go through just a quick tutorial on what R value means and why you should care about it. But I've done plenty of videos in the past that really explain all that. So today I'm just gonna do just a little bit to explain it. And if you need more info on that, I'll put some links in the description on where you can go to really find out what R value means. So let's get rid of these. Talk about this bad boy. So there's two main things I look for when I'm looking at a sleeping pad. It's its ability to really actually keep me off the ground, because some of them don't. Your elbows, shoulders, hips might touch the ground. So I've got really two rules. Keep me off the ground and keep me warm. I do a ton of camping in the cold, and that's extremely important for me. So today, that's just what we're gonna take a look at. So just talking about the R value really quickly, R value is really just talking about resistance, and that's heat resistance to move through some body of matter. A 1 is good for maybe summer days. A 2 to 3, spring and fall. A 4 is good for winter. This is a 7.3. So I wouldn't expect any of your body heat to get lost to the earth when you sleep on this. Maybe I'll just throw it down on concrete or something and see how well it does. Because the second thing is really how well does it do at keeping me off the ground. 4 inches should do the trick. All right, so the first thing I want to see is how well this inflator works. Got a little plug tab right here. Have that in the closed position. Okay, and you're good to go. So this is really meant to do from the sides of it. You don't want to put your foot over the hole when you're stomping on it. Ooh, I'm gonna lay this down on the ground to see how well it actually does, because I'm already getting tired of doing it this way. Not to say it's not doing its job though. And now we're gonna speed this up, but you guys can go ahead and count along on how many times my foot goes up and down. So if you put a little dance into it, that makes it all the better, I guess, while you're camping. Okay, my foot is kind of covering the hole now. Let's see if it's helping it. Doesn't seem to have hurt it at all, because it's really the up where it's sucking the air in. Yeah, it seems totally fine for you to have your foot over the hole. I was wrong. That doesn't feel like it's filled up enough. All right, the first thing I notice is this thing is thick. Not just a little thick, like this is thick. They said 4 inches. Some people say 4 inches is this big, and some people say it's this big. Let me get out the tape measure and take a look for myself. It actually is 4 inches. So the bottom would be on the, it's actually under the ground. From the ground pushing up on it, it's actually 4.5 inches. I'm gonna show you guys. Turn a little piece sideways. So that actually is 4 inches. So we showed that it's 4 inches. I do want to find out if it can be aired up enough to actually keep me off the ground. So we'll do that test in a minute. Let's talk about the pump for a second. And then we're gonna have to get the weight. So before we go, we're gonna have to weigh it. I should have done that before I took it out the pack. I think the pump is good for if you're going car camping and you don't happen to have a pump. Outside of that, I think this might add a little bit of extra weight to it, which we'll weigh it out. It would really make it an unlikely candidate for hiking, and really kind of be for that car camping if it's much over 2 pounds. So while that might be a great feature, if I'm going camping, I'm already gonna have a pump with me. I'm not used to kicking my stuff in the dirt. So if you're sleeping in a taller tent and you're able to stand up, this wouldn't be bad. Now, if you're in a hiking tent and you're much lower to the ground, almost just able to sit on it, this isn't gonna really be that much of a luxury. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to use it. You're gonna have to step outside the tent. Hopefully they've engineered it enough to take a lot of punishment on the ground, rocks and gravel and stuff like that. And this isn't the smallest pad out there, so if you're into ultralight backpacking, you might have noticed the size. But if you're into better sleep, staying warm, and actually enjoying the night, this starts to make a lot more sense. Let's go over here and test this thing out and see how it actually feels. I'll be able to test it out on some of the uneven surface and cracks and stuff. I don't have gravel around here. All right, so one thing I did was I ran a hose underneath me just to see if I can feel it. So if I do something like this, absolutely can feel it, don't like it. And if you can't see, this is just a garden hose, but I'm doing that just to kind of, if there was a stump or some little rocks or something. So right now, sitting like this, I can absolutely feel it, and it doesn't feel that good. Once you lay flat, I'm good to go. I don't know if this is an extra wide or not, but my shoulders are on here fine. They're not touching the ground. I do feel like I've got extra space to just kind of lay my hands. You can tell I'm a little bit of a thicker dude, but my elbows are hanging off of it. Do a quick side test. My shoulder is touching that hose that I put in here, but that's also a very condensed space to push up under the mat. It's probably not the best of tests, but on my side, if I raise my legs, I can feel the hose. Putting everything, dispersing my weight, I can't feel it at all. Move all the way to the end here. I don't know if this is a super extra long, but I have, okay, my head is just now at the very end of this. And it looks like I've got another foot here. So I'm guessing this is about a 20-foot mattress. More like probably 6.5 feet. I want to test it without the hose just to make sure it's like I'm not feeling anything at all. Laying like this, we're good 100%. Laying like this, my elbow's touching the ground, or my hip actually. Not the greatest for sitting like this. If I'm sitting Indian style, my butt is touching the ground, so you're gonna have to do something to put a bit more air in there. Hopefully it's got the ability to sustain that kind of pressure. Let's go ahead and try it. Okay, I just got that way more firm now. Now on expensive sleeping gear, I like to make sure that I'm not abusing it. Part of that is overfilling your sleeping pads because they do have the ability to lose some of these like divots right here. And I've lost their shape before overfilling them. So I did fill it up. My butt is still on the ground. But when you're using it like you should, this is perfect. I'm gonna try it one more time to, hopefully I'm not exceeding its capacity. I mean, as you can see, it's already pretty firm, but I do wanna give you guys a good thorough test. All right, that was another 20 pumps. We're gonna see. My butt is still touching, but this feels incredible, just like this. Like I said, it's got plenty of space all the way up. You can see my hands are fully extended, my arms are fully extended, and I'm not even at the end of it. And I'm getting close to 200 pounds. So for you lanky people that are a bit taller, don't have this kind of weight, it might be okay for you. But like I said, I'm more of that smaller package, like Dynamite. Man, it's about time for a haircut. All right, let's get this thing onto the scale and see how much it weighs. Get on out of here. I just noticed on the other side of it, it does have a quick release along with a spot that you can put a normal inflation device in case you don't want to use the footstep. All right, and if you guys have been hanging out here for any time at all, I'm sure you're familiar with our buddy, good old buddy Cosby Fish. I just happen to know he's a bit on the taller side, and I would love to get his opinion on how this thing works because this is probably the longest sleeping pad I've ever tested. So I might be sending this to you. So in the comments, just drop a, sure, I'll take a look at it or something like that. We'll figure out how to get this on over to you because I'd love to get your opinion on it only from, I mean, I don't know how much you weigh and you don't need to disclose that, but I would like to know, hey, I'm X feet tall and it did great in keeping me off the ground. Let me know if you're up for it, buddy. And for the rest of you community members, if you're not liking and subscribing, you don't get to participate in cool stuff like that. Which leads me to something. If this is the type of content for you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Not gonna lie, I would have liked a bit of an oversized bag. Now it is about 90 degrees out right now, so maybe that's why I'm a little less than nice about this, but so this thing is very difficult to get back in the bag right now. That might be the best we do for right now, and I'll figure it out later. Until then, let's whip out the handy scale and see how much this thing weighs. Now I would say if it's 2 pounds or under, it's good for hiking. You guys are gonna see it here with me. It's actually lighter than I thought it was going to be. 2 pounds, 3.2 ounces. So that's right there on that border, that edge of if you want to take it hiking or not. Let's see. This one weighs 2.1, which I previously said, it's on the border as well. Then we'll take a look at the one I always take. 1 pound, 10 ounces. So we're only a few ounces off there. So I'd say it's up to you. If you've got a strong engine and you're ready to go ahead and take it with you. Me, I gotta pare it down. I take way too much food. All right, gang, well, that's about it. We took a look at the sleeping pad, the comfortability of it, the R value, and the weight. If there's anything else I need to add into these tests, let me know. But until then, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
If you like this type of content, make sure you check out our YouTube channel where we have hundreds of videos just like this. If you want to see our newest adventures, be sure to click the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss another video.